Hey there guys, ZephyrSonic here, welcoming you to another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y update. So, yesterday, we have had several new Pokemon that were revealed, and we have a few more new Pokemon revealed, thanks to the Coro scans leaking. We had the E3 trailers revealed just yesterday, and so we have a couple more new Pokemon, as I said, and so we're going to go ahead and get into that, along with some other new information that I'm going to be sharing with you, along with the Nintendo Developer Roundtable for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y that was shown at E3. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and get into the Coro scans that leaked earlier this morning, starting with the 3 new Pokemon that were revealed, or I should say, several new ones, because we'll have the evolutionary line. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. So first up is a new Lion Cub Pokemon by the name of Shishiko, which is a Fire Normal type, and it learns a new move called Warcry, which lowers the opponent's attack, and the fire on its head is flaming while it is out. So Shishiko is the first Fire Normal type, and so now let's go ahead and move on to the second new Pokemon. And so the next one up is one of the new Fairy-type Pokemon that was introduced into the 6th generation. The Fairy-type being added as a brand new type that was revealed yesterday. And so this Pokemon's name is called Firabibi. It is a pure Fairy-type Pokemon, and it is classified as the Single Flower Pokemon. And it is said that when Firabibi is born, it finds a flower and looks after it for the rest of its life, and it learns a new move called Fairy Wind. And so finally, here's the last of the Pokemon reveals for this update. This is an evolutionary line that we're going to go over, starting with the Pokemon on the far right. Its name is called Kofukimushi, which then evolves into Kofiari, and then finally evolves into Vivillon. And so now we will go ahead and move over to the trainer scans. Alright, so now in the trainer scans, the town that we will begin our Kalos region adventure in is known as Asami Town. If we pick the male character, the female protagonist's name seems to be called Selena or Serena. Alternatively, if we pick the female character, the male character seems to be known as Callum in the game. There is also a new female character called Sana, who will begin her Pokemon adventure with you, and the 2 other characters from Asami Town that are shown right beside her, with the large guy being called Thierno, and the short guy being called Troba. They will also begin their adventure from Asami Town, and the player will befriend these 3 characters along with the character the player did not pick. And so finally, in the last scan, we have Pansy and Viola. So Pansy, the one on the left, is set to appear in an upcoming Pokemon anime episode on July the 18th, riding the Pokemon Go-Goat, and Pansy is a journalist working for a company in Lumiose City. And then Viola, the one on the right, is the first gym leader in Hakuden City, and is also a photographer, and said that she is a bug-type gym leader. And so with that, we wrap up this Coro update with showing you guys what happened at the Nintendo Roundtable at E3, discussing Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. So I will leave you guys to that. So hope you guys enjoy, and until the next Pokemon X and Y update, I'm ZephyrSonic. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And here is the Nintendo Roundtable discussion for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y.
Hey guys, Jesse Cantrell reporting from the Nintendo Developer Roundtable, featuring Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. A lot is about to go down. Let's take a look. President and CEO of the Pokémon Company, Tsunekazu Ishihara, began with a history of the Pokémon games, with a focus on the evolution of their connectivity features.
Pokemon has always been about evolving alongside the hardware to better promote communication between players so they can enjoy the core elements of Pokemon, which are really collecting, battling, and trading. We've really looked at this aspect of connectivity, communication, as a really core aspect of the Pokemon series. Pokemon X and Y can really be considered kind of a culmination of all the elements and features that have made Pokemon so appealing over the years. We've brought them all into one place and evolved them.
Mr. Ishihara then welcomed game director Junichi Masuda to the stage to discuss further.
Pokemon began as an idea centered around communication. PSS is located on the bottom screen, the touch screen of the Nintendo 3DS, and it really provides a convenient location for all of the players' communication needs. So other players that are playing Pokemon X and Y will appear on the PSS in these little icon forms. So there's two methods that the PSS recognizes other players of X and Y.
Followed by Mr. Masuda, live demoing a PSS battle.
And we're showing off both of these Pokemon for the first time here at E3. So him just use Swords Dance move, Sludge Bomb. So we move the camera around quite a bit in the battles. You can see this is one of the angles, kind of a split screen view showing off both of the Pokemon.
And with the always connected Wi-Fi option, battling and trading has never been easier.
Pokemon are going to be really crossing borders as they're sent into battle or being traded with, between the players. So these player connections are really going to expand on a global scale.
Mr. Masuda also detailed the Pokémon series transition into 3D.
So we decided to really adopt the official art style, which is done by our art director, Ken Sugimori, for the 3D models. So I'd like to use this Pokemon Noivern, which was first shown in this morning's Nintendo Direct, as an example. So the art design team at Game Freak begin by creating these setup sheets which show the Pokemon from a variety of angles. Then we take this as a base and begin the 3D modeling process. So first we create the 3D model here, apply shading to the wireframe model, and then we apply some basic color textures and give it animations. And this is the actual, what it looks like in the 3DS game. So in the Kalos region, when the player is traveling through it, they'll occasionally encounter a horde of 5 Pokemon to battle against. So we really developed this feature to kind of make the wild Pokemon encounters a bit more thrilling. So if you have a move that can attack all of the targets at once, it'll really help you win in these battles. And when you're traveling through the Kalos region, you'll also occasionally run into trainers who will challenge you to a sky battle. So as you can see, the camera is really moving around dynamically. You have the bottom-up view where you're looking at it from the ground. Very powerful move. So as you can see, it's not just flying-type Pokemon that can participate in these sky battles, but Pokemon like Haunter here, who have the levitate ability, can also join in. So I showed off some new ways to play in Pokemon X and Y. I hope you all enjoyed the presentation.
And finally, Mr. Ishihara returned to the stage for a Q&A section with attendees.
Good evening. I was hoping to get a little bit more information about the newly announced fairy-type Pokemon.
So when we first decided we wanted to introduce the fairy type, it was actually the first time we're introducing a new type in 14 years, and we had tried to keep the balance of all the types over the past 14 years, but as of right now, the dragon type is really kind of at an advantage.
Why did you choose to base the world of Pokemon X and Y on France?
France is one of the many countries that really has a focus on like beauty, and beauty was really one of the themes that we had with Pokemon X and Y. So we wanted to kind of see how we could express that beauty in the games. It's actually, we weren't supposed to talk about France being the inspiration for the region right now, but you went ahead and said it, so.
Pokémon X and Pokémon Y are coming October 12th, so get excited.